What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king. Welcome back to more Let's Play Subnautica. In the last episode, we made it to the rendezvous point on the floating island and found that there used to be, well, other residents of, I guess, Degassi is what they're called, that lived on that island that came from elsewhere. Other humans. It was very strange, but we found out a little bit about them. We got some of their stuff, or took advantage of a couple of their things, and got ourselves stuff like a multi-purpose room, and a couple of plants, although I mostly ate those. I'm not going to be growing those plants just yet. We'll be worrying about that a little bit later. But in this episode, we're going to be heading to the Aurora. It's finally going to happen, and I have everything on hand. I've got my Sea Glide propulsion cannon. I got a couple of batteries, which is honestly more than what I need going there. I've got my knife, which is necessary only for one particular thing, flashlight, repair tool. Bring your fire extinguisher. It's always good to have an extra one on hand. A scanner, habitat builder, and a laser cutter. Well, okay, the habitat builder is not necessary. And in fact, just for the sake of space, because you are going to be worrying about space once you get there, I'm going to put the habitat builder away for the time being. We're going to play this last radio message just before we go, and then I will show you what happens when we venture out there. I'm also kind of waiting for it to be, for daylight to come back in, so.
This is an automated distress signal from Life Pod 12. Coordinates attached. Warning, Life Pod has sunk beyond safe diving distance. Do not attempt retrieval without submersible support.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Where the heck is this one at? Life Pod 12 is 250 meters sunk to the ocean bed. Interesting. I'm going to knock a couple of those out. Degassi. Okay, where is this at? That's the Degassi habitat, and the other one seems to be all the way over that way, 1446 meters. It's pretty far. Stalker, what are you doing here? Get out of here. Okay, this guy is causing problems. We're not going to worry about him too much, though, for right now. He shouldn't do anything to our base. He's just going to kind of float around and eat all the fish in this area, so that's okay. All right, so let's resurface. There is the Aurora, and I'm going to show you guys how we do this, because going to the Aurora is actually a little bit of a scary thing to do. And actually, before I go any further, I probably should pull the repair tool out and top this thing's health off, which is very easy to do. Do that and then head out, because just in case we run into a very unfriendly face out there, we're going to want to make sure we're at full health with our sea moth. But make sure you bring your sea moth. Do not try to make this trip with just your Sea Glide. I mean, it's doable, but it's very unadvisable. And make sure you also have your radiation suit on hand and all of your proper tools. And now we can head on over this way. So you know you're getting close to the Aurora as things start to get browner and dimmer over there, because this is an area known as the Crash Zone. And the Crash Zone is a very unhappy, sad, and depressing place. It is not fun, and there are some terrors of the deep that like to roam around the Crash Zone. Now, if you go on the south end of the Crash Zone, or the west end of the Crash Zone, or is this west? I guess east end of the Crash Zone, excuse me. If you go on the east end of the Crash Zone, you're asking for trouble. Let's just say that. You are really asking for trouble. But even here on the west side, it's still pretty bad. It's still pretty bad. So just look into the deep, into the dark. Watch out for, there are sand sharks and stalkers in this area as well, but those are not your primary concern. I think, oh, there's like metal salvage and stuff. That's all good. I mean, look, there's the stalker and the sand shark right there. So that's nice and all, but we're going to hug the Aurora as we head further up the north end of it. And that scream right there is all you need to know about why this area sucks. I don't know if you heard that, but we'll hear it again. We're really close to the opening. I'm going to turn off my light. Although, actually, light really doesn't matter.
In this region are sparse. The Aurora's
Okay. See that right there?
On the alien ecosystem, if not contained within the next 24 hours.
Okay, I'm just looking to my left to make sure. See that thing off in the distance right there that's moving around? That there is not a friend. That is a very, very bad, and we are going to try to stay as far away from it as we can, but he really likes to prowl around this side of the Aurora. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our sea moth all the way over here, because he can grab it. He will absolutely be able to grab it, but we are going to try to stay as far away from him as possible and board this thing. Now the explosion has happened. You are free to go here. Now we're going to yeet all of the cave crawlers away, like so. goodbye. Nope, nope. Leave, please. Where'd the other ones go? I know they're around here. There we are. Fare thee well. Is there any more floating around? There might be. We're going to need... There's another one over here somewhere. Where are you? I hear you. There you are. Okay, come here, you. Be gone. Go feed the big boy over there. He's probably very, very hungry right now. So we're going to take all this cargo, kind of move it away like this. Just kind of let it go. I honestly don't need to be shooting it every time because that just uses more power. We'll just kind of drag it all away from the spot, and then we can get on inside. You have to have the propulsion cannon to get in here this way. So now we have fire extinguishers, although they give you one right off the bat, which is nice. But you can always use the fire extinguisher you had on the life pod as well to make this a little bit easier. We're going to need to clear up the path here. Come on. Just like that. Okay, so I think we're good. So now let's start diving in here. There's not really any critters inside the water in here, so don't worry about that too much. Data downloads lab access. Let's take a look. If you need to tweak your equipment, please use the mod station in the forward section or retrieve pre-configured equipment from the lab next door to the data coil. The door code is 6483. Okay, well, let's type that in, and you literally do that by looking at each of the key codes and pressing them. Make sure that it actually registers, though. Nope. 4, 8. It's so hard to do with the controller. 3. There we go. All right. Open up. Perfect. And in here, we're going to find a couple of things. We got abandoned PDA. What can we learn from the hive mind of Strader 4? I'm going to have to take a look at that later. I'm going to grab those. Let's see, what else do we got in here? Nothing of a ton of value. I can hear the big boys screaming because you will hear them screaming all the time whenever you are around the Aurora.
Your technology blueprints have been updated.
Wait, technology blueprints? What did I get? Hold on. We're going to use this opportunity to take a look. Also, I don't like that that is... Here, stay right there. There we go. Let's see. What did we just learn from all of that? Scan data? Okay, no, not that one. Not that one. Blueprints. Equipment, propulsion cannon, stasis. Nope, none of that. What did we just get? I'm so confused. Well, maybe I could be wrong when we got 4546B environmental scan. Not really anything else. I wanted to look at that, what we can learn from whatever it was called. Is it survival package? Nope, nothing in here. Interesting. Well, you know what? I think I'm not going to worry about that then too much. So I don't want to spend too much time screwing around in the menus. Let's get our laser cutter out and show how that thing works really quickly before we go any further. We do need to take this and use it on a couple of the wreckages that we have found, since we weren't able to fully access those. We'll worry about that once we get off of the Aurora. Don't you worry. Got to head back to the one in the Sparse Reef. Got to head back to that one over in the Grassy Plateaus. And there's also some other wreckages we need to check out. But let's just open that up and head on through. Okay, back to the flashlight. So don't worry too much about falling debris. It's not really going to actually hurt you. Aurora black box data. Let's see, what did they do? They initiated a slingshot maneuver around the planet. High velocity energy pulse detected on planet surface. Emergency distress signal sent to Altera. The impact was detected. Life pod bays on starboard side compromised. The outgoing communications were compromised. Emergency evacuation initiated. Manual piloting transferred to Captain Hollister. Life pods 1 through 25 did launch successfully. They entered the planetary atmosphere. Massive impact registered. Drive core shield compromised. Emergency bounce backs received from 8 life pods on planet. Human life signs detected over long range at T plus 8 hours 1. Personnel unaccounted for. Non-essential systems maintenance chief Riley Robinson. Altera HQ rescue solution received at T plus 8 hours to high priority terminal at Captain Quarters. Monitoring equipment failed at T plus 13 hours. And that is how we learned the name of our protagonist, which is Riley Robinson. We have to be careful with the fire there. Riley Robinson is who you are playing as. You are not some unnamed individual. That is actually your character. So we'll actually get to see his face, I believe, at one point later on in the game. But for right now, we're not going to worry about it too much. So let's head on over here And we are going to pop out in an incredibly interesting area. This is known as the Prawn Suit Bay. And we're going to want to make sure we scan these things so that we can get ourselves something really, really, really freaking cool out of this. The Prawn Suit is the next available vehicle after the Seamoth to us. And it is probably the best vehicle in the entire game, if I'm being completely honest with you. I know it sounds like it would be a little early to get something like that, but trust me, it's the best. Okay, I'm only doing that enough so I can scan the prawn suit. We got to get 4 of these fragments, which we've got 2 so far. There's another one. But didn't I already get the black box signature, or is it another one? Maybe it's another one. Let's grab that. And there we go, prawn suit. Okay, so let's take these boxes and kind of move them around. Just kind of drop them. I'm also getting kind of low on battery here, but that's okay. We'll be able to get more batteries here relatively soon. You did not grab the one that I wanted you to grab. Come on. Ah, gosh dang it. All right, hold on. Go up, 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 up. I want this box. There we go. Drop that. Almost got it. I'm going to put that one over here. And this last one right there. Okay, good. Let's head up. And I got all of the things for the prawn suit, right? I think I did. That's more titanium. Yeah, that's more titanium. Okay, I'm actually going to drop that because I need more space. So let's send all that down. And we are actually able to build ourselves a prawn suit now, which if we look at our blueprints, there are a couple of things we need to make to get this. We need Playstone ingots, aerogel, which we talked about in the 2 episodes ago in regards to rubies and gel sacks, enameled glass, diamond, and lead. So all things that we can get at the moment except for enameled glass, but we'll explain how you get that a little bit later. It's actually something we could have gotten very early on, but just didn't. All right, we got a counter. Let's scan that. I think we can also scan these shelves in front of it as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So that's 2 blueprints. We've also got more fire over here. I'm going to put this all out. And we're running out on this fire extinguisher, but that's okay. We have an extra one. Let's put all that out. Okay, what do we got here? Today's menu. Starter, Space Bear Volute. Since their introduction to the interstellar vacuum in the 21st century, microscopic tardigrades, or space bears, have adapted and flourished where no other life forms have survived. Condensed into a smooth, nutty, protein-rich soup, they are the freshest local ingredient available to travelers on long-haul space flights. The main is cottage pie or nutrient blocks. Wait, the granola bars? Rehydrated minced beef in its own gravy served with a topping of mashed Chinese potato and picked fresh this morning from onboard grow beds, and a side of sautéed Chinese potato plant leaves. For the time-conscious consumer, the usual nutrient block options are available. They may be consumed cold or reconstituted at the on-site fabricator. Ew. And then dessert, dried fruits and nuts. Oh, this is horrible. Unfortunately, a recent accident in Cargo Bay 3 involved an incorrect application of a repulsion cannon in combination with a modified battery charger, resulting in the venting into space of all dehydrated desserts. Oh, that's why. Fruit and nuts will be the only available dessert for the next 39 weeks. Well, shucks. That sucks. Let's grab a fire extinguisher, a Keep Calm kitty poster. That's adorable. And I am actually going to drink some water and eat one of those nutrient blocks. Sweet. All right, so that's all said and done. I don't think there's anything left for us to scan in here. Now, this is the supply room, and here in the supply room, we'll be able to get more water and nutrient blocks, which is great. I don't know if I need that much water. In fact, I think the nutrient blocks are more important, so I will probably be getting rid of these in due time. What have we got in here? More disinfected? No, I think I'll pass on that. Well, I guess the disinfected water is better than the filtered water, so we'll hold on that and we'll get rid of the disinfected. Don't need to do anything with that fire. We're fine. What do we got over here? Another nutrient block. Take that. Those can all be stored for later, because those do keep forever, which is what's really nice about them. And here we got another nutrient block. We got a single bed that we can scan, and also a prawn suit poster. Take that. Anything else over here? Okay, let's take a look at this PDA. Relationship contract legal recording.
Integrating new PDA data.
Listen, I know I don't have the right to make demands of you, but I need you to understand that I want to change our arrangement.
I hear what you're saying, and I will try to respect it. How would you like to change it?
I would like to reduce our contact hours.
How much further can we do that?
To 0.
You're dumping me.
I'm changing the terms of our relationship.
How is it still a relationship if we don't see each other?
It's a relationship of a kind. You have so many expectations.
I feel you just want to spend more time with that dumb guy in his dumb robot suit.
That's not a feeling. It's a judgment. And I feel hostility in what you're saying. Perhaps your jealousy is a sign that you need to take another look at your business model. Why can't you just be happy for me?
I am happy for you, and I'm happy for all the guys in the Prawn Bay. I'm just not happy for me.
This is why I want to change our arrangement.
Okay, that was interesting. We actually found the Hive Mind 6 thing. Although I don't know if I want to read all of that. Here, you know what? What I'll do is I will put it up, and I will scroll through it somewhat slowly. So if you want to read the entire thing, you can pause at any time and read that. It looks like there was some sort of battle that involved Altera Corp and some other alien race, but we're not going to worry about that too much. We are going to use what we have left of our fire extinguisher, and after that we are going to promptly dump it because I don't want it taking up more inventory space. And we're going to try to get here into cabin 7. Okay. So we have these. These are carry-alls, which are actually little storage containers that you can place anywhere. However, they're completely useless because they are not... The amount that they can hold is also how much inventory space they take up in your inventory. So I am actually not going to be grabbing that at all. I'm also not going to grab any of those. We got another PDA and another battery. Let's take that. Altera Alms Pamphlet. Charity is an archaic concept which the realism of today's Alterans has rendered obsolete. We understand that we are each responsible for ourselves, but the best way to get the most for ourselves is to work together with Altera. The implication of this reasoning is clear. If someone is in need, they must find a way to be needed. Altera Alms is a training academy for those that need to be needed. We're not a charity because we don't ask for handouts. We prefer to think of ourselves as philanthropic beneficence facilitation service promoting synergy between employer and workforce. AA operates on a lottery system. By investing any number of credits, you will be entered into our prize draw. Larger investments yield higher chances of winning. Your credits will go toward training upskilled colonists in vital tasks such as maintenance and interpersonal skills. The colonists receive this training voluntarily and free of charge on condition of a minimum contract with one of our investors on completion of their training. Okay, interesting. So the more that we play through this, the more you can start to understand that Altera is a little bit of this like dystopian, super corp that you see in a lot of futuristic media just in general, like something like an Elysium or a Terminator or things like that. Just everything is always run by some evil mega corporation in the end, and that's kind of what Altera is like. But we work for Altera, so we can't speak too bad about them, or they'll come for us. Okay, anyway, I'm going to grab a poster, another Prawn Suit poster. We have Cabin 1 with another keypad that I don't know. The whatever 2, and it looks like another one, which this is the captain's quarters with yet more buttons. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to move on from there then. And, actually, I need to go the right way. This way. This is where we're going to go. We're going to head back to the Prawn Suit Bay. How much space do I have left in here? Not much. Okay, well, we're going to have to make do with what we have. I might end up just dumping the sample and fluid analyzers here in a second if I need the space for it. We're going to head... Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, so see these right here? You have to be really careful with these because, oh, yep, that's exactly what I want. These can contain storage modules and other modules of a kind that can be used for upgrading your vehicles. So always be on the lookout for those. I think that was the only one in there. And now that I'm out of space, I'm going to actually drop those. If I need them, I can come back and get them. They're just for show anyway, and I would just put them in my base, but I don't think I need it that badly. Alright, let's repair this. And this is going to allow us to get through the door. So let's do that. We can just avoid the fire there. And I need my flashlight again. There we go. Alright. So we got more containers with more batteries. And I will be dumping off bad batteries this time around just because I don't... Give me the battery. Thank you. Yeah, I don't need to take them back with me. Got more water, another battery. Okay, I think that's plenty of batteries. I don't know if I need more than that. We got over here, we got a med kit. Sweet offer. From Huggins to Wilson. You're telling me you've been on the rig more than a year and you've never took a ride on the outside? Well, now you've only gone and gotten yourself a friend with the keys to a giant frickin' robot suit. Plane got nothing to do till we get Starside to work on the gate. You want to taste the stars? You've only got to say my spare prawn suit's got your name on it. You don't know what power feels like till you've crushed an asteroid with your bare, heavily mechanically augmented hands. Want to play catch with a passing meteor? Come by cabin number 1, codes 1869. Well, we're going to have to head back that way then. But also, I think that was the guy that lady was talking about in that dispute on their relationship that we heard a while ago. I think her name was Wilson, if I'm not mistaken. So let's do that. Perfect. Okay, we got another PDA over here. Aurora Auxiliary Mission Orders. Okay, we'll have to read that in a second because that's kind of a long one. I'm going to get up first. Let's make sure our oxygen comes back, and then we'll read it. Okay. Mission, search and rescue. Oh, here we go. Target, crew of the Mongolian vessel Degassi. Last known position, vicinity of planet 4546b, Adriane Arm. Contact Mongolian emissary Jochi Kassar, Aurora passenger quarters. Mission brief. A Mongolian vessel, the Degassi, disappeared almost a decade ago, carrying with it a high-ranking Mongolian chief. Corporate insurance has purchased passage aboard the Aurora for emissary Kassar, and your orders are to make every reasonable effort to locate and retrieve the Degassi crew members, without compromising the primary mission. Confirming the fate of the crew will aid Altera's diplomatic efforts with the Mongolian councils. Mission details. Aurora is due to perform a slingshot maneuver around 4546b, Category 3 ocean planet, approximately 13 months post-launch. This will bring the ship within range of the Degassi's last known position. Additional aquatic and all-terrain vehicles have been included in the Aurora's cargo package for this mission. Degassi crew manifesto has been distributed to senior employees in a separate message. Okay, so they were here specifically looking for the Degassi crew, which is very, very interesting. Let's repair this.
Aurora do not match any known offensive technologies.
Oh, really? Well, that's interesting. We'll have to keep that in consideration. If you don't have a Seamoth already, somehow you can scan for more of them. That is not exactly what I'm after, though. I am after this. Seamoth Depth Module Mark 1. That is a module that is going to allow us to go deeper with our Seamoth in, throughout the world. We also have a VR Suite log, which this is really funny. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but basically all it does is give a play-by-play of how 3 different players handled spawning on a beach and dealing with survival, and it's actually pretty hilarious. Because basically, player 1 dies instantly, player 3 and player 2 hate each other, and then player 2 ends up killing player 3, and then player 2 just dies anyway. And it's pretty funny. I like reading that VR log. So if you wanted to, go ahead and pause the video in that part and you can read it. I am not going to go through it, though, because I want to get everything done here on the Aurora before we call this an episode. Okay, it says, do not attempt repair. Well, we are definitely going to attempt repair while I grab this Cyclops Engine's efficiency module, and we are going to put our repair tool to work. So, this is where the source of the radiation is.
Tolerable level. Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected. Containment breach repaired.
So now we only have 9 left to go, and we're going to be swimming around going after all of these. But the reason that we want to do this is that as soon as this is done, you no longer need your radiation suit. It is going to completely absolve the entire ocean of radiation that is emanating from the Aurora. So we want to make sure we do this while we're here. This is why you bring the repair tool, all that, and getting through a couple of doors. But let's take care of all these breaches. Now, you also need to be careful because in this water are some bleeders, and I'm actually going to switch to my knife just in case those decide to latch onto my arm, and they will try to suck you good. So make sure that you swipe them away. I can scan these, but there's not really any point. It's a breach. There's not really a whole lot to it. But just be aware of the bleeders. All right, and look for sparks. So I think I actually see all 4 that we need. So we got this, the 2 on this, and the 2 on the one just beyond it. And then we should be good. Almost done.
Containment breach repaired. Further breaches detected.
I can't believe we haven't ran into a single bleeder yet. Remember last time I did this, like 4 of them latched onto my arm while I was doing this, but I'm not really seeing them swimming around, which I guess is a good thing. And there it is. Alright, so the drive core is all sorts of repaired, which is awesome. Actually, I am going to go to the other side just to make sure I don't miss anything. And we have taken care of that problem. That is awesome. So radiation suit is no longer going to be needed once we get back to our base. Now, really quickly, is there anything over here? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so nothing really of note. Is there anything? Hold on, I am a little curious. What happens if I put out... I've never actually done this before. What happens if I put out the fire over here? Is there anything at all? Because I have an extra fire extinguisher. Come on, anything at all that I can, like, scan? Maybe? That would be cool. Nope, nothing. It's just a bunch of debris. Okay, well, I put out the fire anyway. All right, let's head back down and go past the... There you can see a couple of bleeders floating around. There's not a ton of them, but they are around. And we're going to head on through here and back this way and up into another section of the ship. Just kind of follow the path, and we'll head up here. Yes, you can walk up this. Ow! I just had fire drop on top of me. That's not the most ideal. I'm also going to drink some water. Let's get rid of the filtered water, since that's so useless at this point. Got another nutrient block. And another appended PDA. Transgovernment Profile Altera Core. Okay, so this one, I am going to read this one because this is important to understanding what Altera does. One of the largest suppliers of spacefaring technologies and consumer electronics in the Federation, the official supplier of the TSF, and consistently ranked amongst the galaxy's best employers. It began life as a defense manufacturer in the mid-22nd century. The national motto is, get what you deserve. Although most transgovs can trace their roots back to Earth, Altera, literally meaning by Earth, is the only one brazen enough to take its name. During the expansion, Altera supplied arms to all sides, acquiring and housing a vast colonist workforce, making the transition from manufacturer to corporate state. Altera's threat to cease trade was one of the turning points in the conflict, bringing about the end of hostilities and the signing of the Charter. Free enterprise within Altera space is encouraged, but competition is tight, and all goods exported off-world must be Altera branded. Profitable businesses are bought out by the state owners ascending to the board of directors. Well-known Altera technologies like the Cyclops submersible originated with such private enterprises. Despite superficial similarities to national governments, the corporation's lawyers have always maintained that it has no legal obligation to its employees, but voluntarily elects to take on the roles usually served by democratically elected government. This claim has not yet been tested in Federation courts, probably because they're too powerful to do so. You're talking about freaking late-stage capitalism here. This game is definitely making a remark on that. Altera kind of sucks. But they also have all of the power, and there's nothing we can do about it. Let's head on over this way, making sure I'm not missing anything. I am just grabbing all the nutrient blocks because I'm going to be saving those for later. But otherwise, I'm not really interested in grabbing much of anything else. Or disinfected water. Okay, well, we're just going to pass on that. So let's head on over here. I do think it's funny how you can overload your food meter in this game, but you really can't with your thirst meter. I guess that makes more sense. But yeah, managing your food is much easier than managing your thirst. You need to constantly have water. Yet, here I am grabbing all the food. Wait, oh, okay, I thought that was a code door for a second. Let's open that up. And continue. We do need to loop back to get into cabin 1 with that one code we had. And we need our propulsion cannon again.
Unable to remotely download black box data.
Come on. Let's drop that right there. And then push that ahead. Okay, we should be good. Let's see. We already did find the black box data, though. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, what we got here? That's another... Why would we... hilariously, a propulsion cannon fragment right here. I guess if this is how you somehow boarded the Aurora over this way, which there is definitely a way of doing that, but I don't recommend it. It is definitely not the way you're going to want to go. Okay, let's drop... Well, actually, there's a little bit of juice left in that. Might as well use it. Let's equip both of them. So let's get this one done first, which I don't need to do much. Okay, that wasn't really anything at all. Let's put that away. What do we got here? Another fire extinguisher. Okay, well, good. First aid kit that I don't need. We got some of these guys out here. Goodbye. So how would you enter the Aurora from this direction? That is actually the question of the day. Can I see? Oh, there you are. Come here. Oh, gosh dang it. Ah! No, get away from me. to fight you off with a knife. Or you could just fall. All right, well, that works too. Switch our battery out, and I'm going to dump the bad battery because I don't want that on my person. Okay, so it looks like there's a whole path that goes over this way, which is extremely interesting. See if this leads to anything of use as we deal with all of these cave crawlers.
Tracts of nearby life forms contain human tissues.
Oh, that's disgusting, but thanks for telling us that. So it looks like these guys were feasting on dead people. Okay, you need to go as well, so I really don't feel bad about yeeting them to their doom. Ugh. I do love the music in this area too, which is honestly the main reason I came out here. But I did want to have a look around and see what we can find as far as getting onto the Aurora is concerned. Okay, so they expected you to enter from this side, I suppose, and climb up, but the way I entered is, in my opinion, a lot better.
Integrity is low. Fire suppression equipment and laser cutters may be required. Exploration.
Okay, yes, so I do know this. So basically, this is all stuff that the game would be telling me if I was entering this ship for the first time from this angle, but I decided to enter from a different angle, and I felt like that worked out a lot better. I don't know. I guess technically you wouldn't be stopped instantly if you went this way if you didn't have the propulsion cannon, because you could at least go up a little bit, and then you would be blocked off and have to build a propulsion cannon. But the way I went, it's just like, as long as you have a propulsion cannon, you're going to be fine. So, ow! Fire. Okay, let's follow this back around. We still have one more room to check out. And it is over the other way down the hallway. And then we'll eventually circle back to the cabin 1 and getting on in there. Just don't touch the fire. Get the fire extinguisher on hand because we're going to need that in here. And here. All right. Yep. Need it to get through this doorway. So let's do that. Come on. Ugh. Putting out the fire can be kind of unintuitive and annoying. Okay. There's that. Let's take a look. Band PDA. Notes to self. So here we are, finally in open space. We crossed the galaxy to install a phase gate, to send ships to mine resources, to build more expensive ships, to install fancier phase gates. Are we just trying to exhaust the galaxy, or just ourselves? We got use birthday, weeks before we get home, weeks. It feels like before we get home. Credits Altera is paying me, and a cargo bay code 1454. Where was the cargo bay at? I don't remember that. And also, can I not? Oh no, I don't. It's just equipped instantly into my quick assign slot. I don't want that.
New PDA data.
Okay, so this is apparently all about when Altera first launched the Aurora. Phase gate announced for the Adriana arm. Altera launches the Aurora. The furthest reaches of inhabited space are due to expand as Altera Corp launches a newly constructed capital ship carrying a phase gate bound for the Adriana arm. I keep saying Adriana. It's Ariadne arm. Excuse me. The Aurora will travel from a space dock on the edge of Altera space, making hundreds of consecutive phase gate jumps through 9 different transgov authorities and arrive on the far side of the Ariadne arm in 3 months' time. From there, the command crew will pilot the ship beyond the final phase gate, arriving in the next solar system approximately 18 months later. The elite team of engineers will begin a 6-month construction project on the new phase gate, a multi-trillion credit investment. In the absence of existing infrastructure in the region, the vessel is equipped with advanced thermal and nuclear power facilities. Altera Corp currently operates 9% of all phase gates in the galaxy. If the Aurora's mission is successful, Altera will have outmaneuvered a cabal of Mongolian corporations operating a range of outposts and mines in the region. Okay, well, good for them. Basically, it's just a, hey, look at how cool we are, and look at what the Aurora is doing, except it didn't do it because the Aurora died, and everybody on it died. Well, almost everybody. I'm still here. All right, let's head back to cabin 1 with our document, which one was that one? It was, hold on. Gotta find it. Not that one. Sweet offer. 1869. Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna use the flashlight as we go. And, oh, okay. This is the, so I guess if you come from this side, you would need that. But the code that we were given is for going this way. This is the cargo bay. Gotcha. That makes sense. But, yep, when you're coming from the other side, you don't need it. So I guess that's one way of dealing with the problem. Ow. Took a little fall damage there. All right, let's head down. And if I missed any nutrient blocks in here, I'm honestly not going to be killing myself over it. It's not that big of a deal, like I said. Food, water, not a huge issue. I think there are bleeders in this water as well, so do be aware of that if you're not careful, even though I did sit around and read an entire... a thing in here. Oh, gosh, there's one. Gosh, dang it. Come here, you. No, but not the poster. Die. Ugh, stupid thing. Well, now's a good time for me to use one of my first aid kits. Let's head back this way. Jeez, of course, when I'm moving around at top speed, that's when they latch onto me. But when I stand around for a while and read a thing, they're like, no, he doesn't look like easy prey. All right, so over to cabin 1, which is right next to the captain's quarters. Okay, 1. We're just going to go out the way we came in, too. I feel like that's probably the best solution at this point. Let's head on in, and we have a couple of things we can scan in here. So let's do that. We got some disinfected water that I don't need. A blue cap. Okay, I'll take that. That's cool. Arcade Gorge toy. Okay, well, that's interesting. We got wall shelves. Let's scan those. Interesting. And then we got a double bed. Alrighty. And last but not least, we got ourselves another PDA. Responsible Autonomous Relationships. Forward by Jenny Eckhart. All the good things in life are commodities. We trade love just as we buy and sell stock. We engage in human relationships when there is a fair exchange of value. Support, motivation, affection, nothing good is ever free. If every physical good in the Federation came from a single supplier, it would constitute a dangerous monopoly. Personal relationships are the same. It is important for people to get what they need from multiple sources. If a person finds a better source of the goods they require, they are not wronging their original supplier by changing their purchasing arrangements. If one member of a relationship should feel threatened or jealous, they must look at their own business model and ask whether it is performing competitively. There is always room for improvement. So that explains the tone in that last PDA and why that they were so angry but acting like it was a business. That's literally how Altera treats human interpersonal relationships. They're just like, it's just, it's a partnership, and there's you have to worry about what you're offering to one another, and like treat it like a business relationship. That is weirdly hilarious and disgusting and twisted at the same time, and I kind of love it. Like, I don't actually love it, but I love that. I love how twisted it is. Okay, so let's head over this way. I gotta actually find the way out of here, because yeah, getting out of this bay is actually kind of difficult. I might be going on the wrong side now that I think about it. Yeah, I actually think it's down here, wrong side of the room. Is this correct? This correct? I think this is correct. Yes, this is. Okay, so we're just going to head on through over here through the piping, and then up this way. And in here, watch your head, that you don't get a bunch of fire falling down on top of you. We already got the black box data, so we basically went through the entirety of the Aurora in reverse, which I'm not too torn up about it, if I'm being honest. And, oh, I didn't want to go through here. I actually want to go up and over like that. Perfect. And let's head back on over to our Seamoth, and then we can call this an episode once we get back to safety, because I ain't chancing it until... Oh, gosh. Get away from me. I ain't chancing it until we're home free. Okay. Here we go. So that big guy is definitely out there still.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
But we're just going to move over this way and go in this direction. Just like so. Are we okay? Are we safe? Nothing's chasing us? Doesn't look like anything's chasing us. All right, so now all we need to do is stay alongside for a little bit until we're about, ooh, I don't know. Probably got to go past this stalker and the sand shark at least. And then we can, and I know this has been a long episode, but I felt like it would probably be a pretty good idea to get everything done on the Aurora in a single episode. So next episode, we'll be heading back to, well, we'll be getting back to the normal, more normal-ish time, since the episodes in this Let's Play have kind of been up and down as it is. But now that we see a reef back, I feel pretty safe in heading west. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode of Let's Play Subnautica. I hope you all enjoyed it very, very much. In the next episode, we are going to start making our way back to the various wreckages that we have found. We got one in the mushroom forest, the sparse reef, a couple in the grassy plateaus and things like that, and we're just going to basically be salvaging and scavenging them for all they're worth with the laser cutter and things like that. I'm also going to be putting a depth module into our CMOS so we can go to 300 meters, and we're going to be prepping to dive down deeper to where we can eventually reach the next proposed Degassi habitat. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.